Well, it's January in 2018. We had some snow and cold, a very strange 2-week-long below freezing without a break weather. And I finally had a chance to get up and put some cross members under there. You can't really see it from here. Maybe I can see them from under here. They're all over the place anyway. How's that? Oh well, that idea didn't work out as well as I would have liked. But there's no water pooling up, so I can't say that it's a bad thing. Hello, ladies. How's everybody doing? Huh? And I see Sydney is a little bit aloof, doesn't know what's going on. She's out in the little tykes. Out there for some reason. Chillaxing in the little tykes coop, which is where I'm heading actually. I wanted to come in and... Hey Sydney! I'm gonna go take a look and see if by chance anybody else laid an egg in there. Because today I went and looked earlier and there was 3 eggs inside the little tykes coop. So, how's it going, Sid? How's it going? Huh? Oops. I don't know what I hit. I hit buttons though. So I did come out here earlier and I was surprised because I wasn't expecting it, but I'm expecting maybe possibly one more egg. But I don't see any in there right now. They turned this into a happy spot. And there were 3 eggs sitting in here this morning. And I think they were mostly from, not today. Oh, you're hanging out again, huh? This is my Haley, and Haley's been acting a little funny. You alright? Huh? What do you think? No? No? Yeah, this is the second most precocious one. That's Zippy. Huh? You guys just gonna come over and say hello? What do you think? And it is Sydney and Chica and Luna. But Haley's been acting a little funny, and I look at her, she looks like she's maybe molting a little bit. She's been looking this kind of scraggly for quite a long time, like almost since I have her. But her tail feathers in particular, I kind of think are a little scraggly, where this one's just got her feathers growing back now finally, after her molt. She really got skinny, and now she's really nice and thick around the neck. Alright, ladies. I was trying to get them to dig in the compost today, but it's still pretty frozen. You can still see there's some snow back there. There's some snow over here. The winter veggies that I planted, or fall veggies, are doing okay. Just trying to kick up some of this. This is my leaves. Just give them a turn. But these green things here are called corn salad. And the spinach, and I forget what I had over there. I think that was some other kind of green. I forget. They ate that pretty quick. This is what's left of my kale, which you can see there's still a little tiny bit still holding on to life there. Not very well. And then over there, that one's pretty much gone. But we had 2 weeks of below freezing, without coming up above freezing for quite some time. That was covered in snow for a while too. There you go. Everybody's getting happy under the tree here. This is one of the places they love to hang out. And well, it's their kind of playpen area here. I put a string across this and I zigzag it between. You can see it over here. But I like to keep something that's just a little bit of an inhibitor for overhead predators. And I figure these strings here just give them enough reason to be careful. And then I put my tomato cages here just to give them a little more, what do they call it, protection from anything flying above. Girls good? Huh? Everybody's doing good today? Alright, I'm gonna get going because it's not that warm out here. You got everything you need. Enjoy the rest of your day, girls. Bye-bye. Here's a follow-up. They're all gonna come out here. Hopefully they'll head this way. Come on. Come on over this way. Yeah, maybe they will, maybe they won't. Because I'm going to go in there and do some maintenance. It's been long enough since I got in here to clean out their coop. So I'm going to give it a quick clean out right now. Got to move this water and the base, the electric base. You can see that's kind of a plug-in, and it's been working pretty good. Now I have the entrance to my coop. And I use a little bungee here to keep this open while I'm working on it. Just to, I don't know if it makes sense if you can see that or not, but just a bungee going up here. These pipes here that are running vertical, which they weren't supposed to, but I don't know, I guess if they do the job, they do the job. Water didn't accumulate on it. I'll have to look into it. I have to take that side down and see what I can do. But inside the coop here, let's see if I get the other glove on, one-handed. That's not so bad. What I do is I have this bin that I accumulate the poop in. You can see sometimes they miss. When they don't miss, I should check in here for eggs too. I don't see anything there though. What I do is I keep this bin. I rotate the shavings that are on the floor as they poop. I scoop it up and throw it into there, add more, and as you can see, it gets to be a bit full. And I have the cover for it here. I should just use this as sort of a catch. I have my scoop, and I'll tend to scoop up the poop. Try to get as much of it as I can in here. I'm a little, because of the weather we had, I didn't really get to it as soon as I should have. But I'm still only 5 chickens in this huge bin, in this huge chicken coop. So for as long as I can keep them in here for the, I'll call it the winter, it's a little heavy. But you can see it's kind of containerized, right? And then I have my can of wood shavings I add to it here. It feels empty. Take my wheelbarrow, bring that right here, and it'll be a sort of a little bit of a dump. I'm going to try to do this without making too much of a mess single-handed. So I take this down. That wasn't the best way to do it, but it worked. Need 2 hands. Yeah, so that goes like that. That goes back in, and this will now get pulled out. You can see it's still fairly dry. It's probably being changed sooner than it needs to be. But I will take this out to the back and the... Hey girls, how are you? Imagine meeting you girls here. And this will become, I guess I can't say it's truly a composting situation, but it's more of a kind of a wood chips on the ground area. So I think I'm going to push. I'll put this load over here, and there we go. That's probably about maybe a half a bale of compressed pine shavings, and they're going to kick that around. This whole area here, I had a little path here, but I'm just going to let it go all wood chips. This was wood chips I got from a landscape company and filled in between the beds. But you know, you make do with what you got. So these girls are going to hang out underneath the camper here for a little bit. They've recently discovered that there's a place they can spend the day. Oops. Just keep this on the side of my shed here. But I know I have a bale of... Where you going, girls? I have a bale of the shavings in here that I'll now use to put back into the coop. It's not that exciting, Haley. So you can see I spilled a little bit, but that's no big deal. That'll just get used. Yeah, I think I need 2 hands for this, so I'm going to stop. But basically what I'm going to... Well, actually I can do this. Push that back into place. And I kind of put it right up against the wall. And now what I'll do is take a couple of scoops of the more recently entered stuff so that I can just keep a continuous flow of dry bedding. I don't need too much more than that, I don't think. So I tell you, I watch these YouTubers. They have a very different appreciation for their talents now. There we go. So that's it. Pretty straightforward. This I kind of leave here like this, and it's sort of, it gives a little give to it. So when they bounce out of here into here, I feel like it's a little bit of a softer landing than if they were hitting I put linoleum down over a piece of plywood. That's the floor. But that gives them the ability to hop out without hitting their feet too hard. I don't think my coop is up too high. I mean, I put this thing here, you can kind of gauge whatever the height of that dustpan is. Probably about 2 feet. I'm gonna guess about 2 feet up. And Sydney, the gray one, seems always the most reluctant to come down from the roost. I don't know if it's because of the edge of the bucket or the bin, but I've thought about lowering this maybe 6 inches. And I can show in here. There's one of my coop cams up in the corner there, and my electrical nightmare. But just basically, this is it. This is the coop. 2 nesting boxes. I have a third one. I got some. It's probably overkill in many respects. It's huge. I mean, you can obviously fit a lot more birds in here if you really wanted to. By law, I think we can only have 15 or 18. Who's that? Hey, how are you? Come to inspect? That's Haley. She's usually right underfoot. Alrighty. Bye-bye. We're going to head out now.